Right, we're back for round four, ladies. Round five, ladies and gentlemen, and here we go. The big one for the round, Banele versus Sergey. That is the talk of the round. Can Banele stop the Grandmaster? Is it going to be a draw? Are they going to fight it out against the others? Then we have the cream of the crop, and the matchup from the South African closed, Klaasman versus Watu. Matt Fees fought back. He's fighting against Lynn. Andrew McInnes takes on Charlton. That's going to be a humdinger, especially now with McInnes with the wide pieces. Battle of the youngsters. Regan versus Sujay. Another battle of the youngsters. Martin versus Shariah. Then Wayland versus Samuels. Skitter versus Tizano. Luta Mavazi versus Lardin Ismail. Mawazi versus Kulasi. Keith Kamalu taking on Peter Nathan, and Nevin Tyler up against Braf Duran. And where is our favorite? Mr. Winneberg did not win. Oh dear, all the way down on board 16. Come on, Kenny, get back up there, man. Get a point or two. We want to see you on the boards, man. We want to see you. But yeah, so big matches up for this round. It's going to be a humdinger. It's going to be a grinder, and it's going to be, well, little less short of exciting, right? Right, let's go have a look at the games. Let's go pop over to our board. Let's close that one. And here we have it. All right, so, ooh, there's some interesting developments in the Sergei Drigilov, and we're going to go have a look at that because Rook A7 looks very interesting. Watu and Calvin, yeah, very slow play there. Lynn and Matfee right into the mix of it, so we will have a look at that game as well. Andrew McInnes versus Charlton. And yeah, I mean, also quick off the bat in that game as well. So we'll have a look at that one. We've got Sujay and Regan. They seem to be a more stable, bit more thing. Knight A6 just played very interesting. Definitely going to have a perusal at what's happening there. Wow. How's that? Pawn on C4, C3. Oh, this is interesting. Nico versus Shariah. Very limited pieces development. We're definitely going to have a look at that. Samuels versus Brandon. Ooh. Good development by White. Nothing, again, nothing to run home about just yet. Tizano versus Skitter. Skitter not wasting any time pushing D5 on the board. So that's going to be interesting. Ishmael versus Luto. Yeah, we've got an early 94 as well. Kalani versus Luazi. We've got a pin on F6 straight away. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. Nathan versus Kamalu. Kamalu, full stretch now. See, this is what makes good players good, right? Is he lost his last game? It was a humdinger of a game. Is he going to press too hard in this game, or is he going to learn from the previous game? This is the question, right? This is the question. Oh, I need to go fetch stuff. Okay. And Nevin Tyler versus Duran. You know, lots of pawns. Still 80 days. Quick H5. It's going to be interesting. So let's go straight into it. Let's look at the Dragolov. Hey, there we go. Straight into it. So let's just have a look at this opening. I don't know why this engine's on. I'll put it off quickly. So there, E5, G3, pawn takes, Queen F4, Knight BD7, Bishop G2, Queen XC4, B5, Queen C6, lovely little move. That's why the Queen goes to A7. Queen, Bishop E3. See, Again, against Adrian, bishop e3, looking for this. I mean, is it really necessary to play something like that? And again, I don't want to play bishop e3 because I'm blocking e2. I really want to play a move like castles, maybe queen c2, um, kind of ideas. I don't like this. I don't like this. And if you really want to be a little bit extravagant, maybe a4. I don't know if you want to be extravagant. I don't like the idea of bishop e3. Bishop e3 to me just doesn't cut the mustard. Bishop b7, queen c1, and again, queen c1. You're going all the way back. You know, we want to have the rooks talking. So queen c2 again. You know, these are things that you want to elaborate on. Also, limits these kind of moves because knight d2. So queen c1, bishop c1, bishop b4, and again, I would assume either knight c3 or maybe knight bd2. And the reason for knight bd2 is if the knight goes there, you castle. I think that's the gist of it, right? That is the gist of it. So it's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting. Right. Yep, knight c3 was played. If knight d5, I'm expecting the castling. Absolutely expecting the castling. If we have a look at Watu and Calvin, you will see very quickly that this is going to be a cat and mouse game. This is going to be one of those games that's going to probably go a good 4 hours, as you're not going to see any flashed moves. You're not. Everything is going to be well calculated. These guys have played each other many, many times in the past. Um, Actually, let's have a look quickly. Uh, let's have a look at something quickly. Uh, oh, you know where you would see that actually? You'd see it here. Give me a second. I'm going to do a little bit of a interesting. Ach nee, man. Well, I thought I was going to be clever, but apparently not so clever. can't seem to find, but if I memory serves me correct, the last time they played against each other, they drew. I can't seem to find that information. But okay, let's keep going. Knight h4. So let's look at this. You see, I know that when people play bishop g5, this bishop e6 is the line to go for. Trade castles, and you've got a nice little line here. I don't think a5. I don't think a5 does justice. Knight d5 gives white an advantage. h6, bishop takes f6, g takes f6, knight h4. So black's not played this very well, and quite shockingly actually, because I would have expected a player that plays e5 to know that a5 in that position is not reputable. Um, and I mean, you're now getting into the crunch rounds, right? You're now getting into a situation where you're not playing, the run of the mill guys. You're playing top end guys. So, at least from an openings perspective, you should be capable and solid. Um, I don't know. This feels very wrong to me. I feel like black's in a world of pain. You've got moves like Queen H5 coming in here. So yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Black's position here. I think Rogov is going to hurt very, very quickly. Yeah, that's here nor there kind of move. That's a here nor there kind of move. Right. Right, Andrew. So let's have a go. So he plays the English. Wow. Straight into a d4. Okay. Isolated pawn. Gets the knight in there. Gets the queen. Gets the pawn. Sure. Looking good. A nice little squeeze. Now, I know I've spoken before. I don't like moves like this, but this has more merit now because there are two pieces here. Right? There are two pieces here. So it does have merit. I don't think it's the right move, but it has merit to be played or to at least be looked at. The main issue is you've got to worry about this move here. Right? That's the move you've got to worry about. Because pawn takes, queen takes, pawn takes, and then rook here. Or not rook there. Maybe takes rook here, knight back, and then that pawn is in trouble. So what can you play in this position? You can't move the knight because of pawn takes. That is clear. So maybe this is the way to go. Put the bishop on e3. You can also maybe pull the queen back. Maybe pull the queen back is an option. It's going to be interesting to see what McInnes does here. All right, Sujay. Yeah, when you pop onto a board and you see double pawns and pawns like this and knight on a6, you get a little worried. You do get a little worried. Now here's the funny thing, right? Here's the funny thing. You've got a badly placed knight. This is not going to do anything. You can't castle kingside. So why not actually just castle queenside? I'm actually just curious. Is castle queen? Oh, he's got the bishop there. I didn't see the bishop. So rook takes. Rook takes bishop. But I mean, this is huge advantage, right? But what has he done here? Takes, 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 takes. Bishop h3. Yeah. See, this d6 move I'm not a fan, again, not a fan of. And you can feel that d6 is not right here. You can feel it. This knight on a6 is also not looking good. Now you're left with the scenario that you have to castle kingside. Not that it's a train smash because there's no queens or bishops on the board, but do you wanna? Be right back. I just want to grab something. Right, let's have a look here. Knight c7. Close up shop, as they say. Knight c7, close up shop. Let's go look at Soraya Niku. That's a pretty advanced pawn on a5. Gotta love a good advance. Bishop e7. Again, this bishop's got limited. You can't play that. So c4 is out of the question. Can't play knight there because the knight will go and visit that square. Can't castle because of that, so that's fine. So what do you play knight here? Start with knight a3. Queen takes pawn. So knight a3 is out of the question. Hmm. Not an easy move to find for white here. Unless you know this opening and structure, it's going to be very, very difficult to actually find it. Let's look at Ethan Samuels and Whalen. So we have a Queen's Gambit with a delayed London, I suppose. C1 knight bd7. I know a lot of juniors love doing this, putting the bishop here, queen here, hitting that square as a secret attack, but it's not going to work at this level. So 95 is played. Typical putting the knight in the middle of the board. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I wouldn't advise taking this, but stranger things have happened. All right, let's look at Iniesta and Andre Skutter. Wow, look at this king already. I will say a lot of these games have seen the kings on the run early on. King on the run. King on the run. Catch me if you can, I'm running away. King on the run. Yeah, A3 wouldn't work there because of B5, the constant just put pressure on the pawn. That's a nasty move. Bishop takes. But I suppose White's got his own nasty move. Bishop takes. Right? Bishop takes, bishop takes. My own nasty move. Does it say bishop d6? C4, queen takes b2. Why can't I play this one? Bishop f6. Bishop takes. Oh, queen c3 for the mate. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So you can't play that. So you have to play this. Nasty. Nice sacrifice there by Tizano. All right, let's look at Mufazi and Lagardine. D2. Threatening to play E4. C4. So these moves are threatening. This one's more threatening. Do you play bishop f5 now? Takes, takes, takes. Don't think you can allow white to just play this move with impunity. My gosh. How are you stopping that? My gosh. Okay. What about queen takes? Queen there. Oh yeah, queen takes queen there. Check and the king just runs. So you can't take that pawn. King h8, queen, rook g8. Might be the way to look at it. He's going to have to find a good move here. Queen a5. Ah, that's better, yeah. Queen a5 attacking here and here. Then you can't play queen there. But queen a5, that's a tough move to find. Kamalo versus Peter. Pieces galore everywhere. Okay, black is better developed. King's castled. You do have knight f5. You can castle when you need to. I mean, it says that it's pretty equal, but I would give a slight edge to black just because of the piece development and the space that he's got. And you can always, beautiful thing is you always got moves like rook here as well. Nevin Tyler, h4. Yeah. I don't know. I like white's position more. He can do more. Black can't do much. Bishop b3 is nice. Or he's looking at a move like that. But that means that this line here, when he does castle, that square is weak. That square is weak. Yep, there comes the f4. Told you, going to look at weaknesses here. This is definitely going to be looked at the right time. All right, let's go back to the top board. Time-wise, both players using their time. This is good. Just what to do. There's nothing. It's more about finding the right plan now, isn't it? Pawn takes. I would safely say pawn takes. Must play bishop takes. Otherwise, uses his pawn. Hey, Mr. Gooby. How's it going, man? I meant to ask you, how come Wolf is not playing? Because these youngsters playing, they're on fire, man. Hmm. It's positions like this personally that I struggle with from a player's point of view. Because what do you do now? Do you move the bishop out the way, get the rook on e1, and push through e5? Can't play knight here. You don't want to trade this. Do you play rook d1 so you can play d5 to block the bishop out? The decisions for these moves are quite tough. What's your plan of action? And I get, wow. Wow, that is a South African typical draw. Wow. Now, you can't agree to the draw before move 35, if I remember correctly. I want to have a look at this. It's knight d7, king h1, king h8. Yeah, I'm sorry. Is someone going to be in a bit of trouble regarding this? Mr. Gooby, you're an arbiter. Yeah, this happens in the game. King h1, king h8, king g1, king g8, king h8, king g1, king g8. The rule is you can't offer a draw before move 35. In this position, as an arbiter, do you think this was a conspired draw? Hmm. I mean, it's 45 minutes into the game. We've got a draw here. Let's just see from this position. You see, there's too much play here. There's too much play here. You've got, I mean, yes, rook a to d1, rook f to d1. You got bishop f2, king h1, king h8. So yeah, even king h8. Why are we not playing g4 now? I think people might be in hot water for that. Look, I think if this was the World Championship match and they did something like that, or one of the more elite FIDE tournaments, there might be some questions asked. Shirotaki God. Why on earth would you use that phrase? Secondly, it's an English channel, and trying to hide it in Russian so I wouldn't notice it is very uncool, man. Pretty disgusting on your part, to be honest. Rule of thumb is if you got nothing nice to say, don't say anything, brother. 93. Interesting, he plays 93 here. And maybe he wants his knight on F4. That secures the knight on F4. That's quite nice. Securing the knight on F4. Let's have a look at McInnes against Charlton. So what actually happened here? So he went bishop e3, takes, doesn't take. Interesting. Now this is interesting because if he plays rook takes, he's got queen takes pawn straight away. In fact, this pawn is always in trouble. In fact, both these pawns are in trouble. Knight takes knight. Lovely move found by McInnes. Lovely move found by McInnes. So does he take with the queen, the bishop? Does he play rook takes? But I think if he plays rook takes, you just play queen takes pawn. Okay, that's fine. But now you've got rook takes here. Yep, rook takes c6 straight away. Clearing the board slowly from the left to right. Yeah, no, I expected that move. But now he's got queen takes pawn here. Oh, wait, he doesn't. Queen takes pawn, queen takes, rook takes, bishop takes. So he doesn't have queen takes pawn yet. Maybe just queen here. Queen b6 looks quite nice. Yep, queen b6 is played. Yeah, I think Charlton's going to take some time here. CJ versus Palmer. Black's position doesn't look pretty, that's for sure. But it seems like he can hold it. 95. So if you just joined us, if you just joined us on board 2, early draw, 15 moves in and repetitive. But look at this. This is the position with white to play. And look at the 4 moves that are played. King H1, King H8, King G1, King H8. And threefold repetition. Unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable stuff. Well, I mean, it's not unbelievable, but you get what I'm saying. It's just, hey, why, people? Why? Everybody else is fighting. Hey, Giblet, how's it going? I see you hiding in the chat there. How you doing? Okay, let's have a look. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here comes Queen H4. Uh, no, I've been streaming. I was streaming this afternoon, this morning, and I had a bit of a nap. So yeah, no good nights, no good nights. Just hard work, man, hard work. How you been? Queen H5. I like this. I like this. Good to hear. Coming to see some good chess being played across the South African continent. Chennai is going to be holding on here. You know, you always get worried when you see Rook A7, Knight A6. These moves always fool you with confidence, yeah? Always fully with confidence. You're probably going to see knight c7, bishop e6 kind of stuff now. It's going to be interesting. Let's go back to the. Oh, what happened here? Has he dropped a rook? Oh, maybe queen c4. Maybe queen c4. He was a bit hasty with rook there. I'd have liked rook here, to be honest. But rook there is a bit hasty. So what are we going to play? Queen here. If you take my rook, I take you. Goes there. I can go here. Oh, I can't go there. It's going to be interesting. Could be interesting what happens in this position. Could be very, very interesting. My gut feel is this move, but the question is, where does this rook go afterwards? You know, that's the problem. And if you go there, he's got takes, 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 and he's got these double pawns. So it's a matter of, do you want to keep your pawns? Do you want to, what do you want to do here? Oh, you know what? You know what? Actually, bishop there looks interesting. Bishop c4. Because again, if you take, I take here. Yeah, bishop c5 here definitely puts the cat amongst the pigeons. Bishop c5. And again, always curious to know what the engine's going to say, right? What does the engine say? Yeah, bishop c5. Bishop c5. Hey, good stuff when you find these things. Hey, bishop c5. But again about finding bishop c5. I mean, the moves that was being looked at was queen here, queen here, queen here, right? You're looking at that diagonal, and sometimes just a simple bishop c5 does the trick, because you're going to get that rook. That's the catch, right? If you weren't getting that rook, it wouldn't work. So bishop c5. I expect beginners to play bishop c5, no doubt. Oh, so many rook moves, eh? And this is just so he can get his rook to d2. Look at this knight. Look at these pieces, all crammed like sardines. I think you have to play here. Takes, 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 takes. Yeah, he's got to play rook here. Crammed like sardines, man. I think Sujay is in a world of trouble again in this round. How's that for a rook? Rook on a4. Eh? Using it as a power piece. Let's go. A power piece. Where's this rook going to go? There? There? It doesn't have really many places to go from a4. Not that it has to go anywhere right now, but it is interesting. He's played rook a4 so he can defend his pawns. Crazy stuff. Okay, let's look here. Yeah. Gotta love moves like this. Now you're gonna play king here to defend this pawn. Or you're gonna push the pawn. Maybe push the pawn is not such a bad idea, but then you're gonna have knight here. Tough position for black to play, white to play. Skitter versus Miniasta, and yeah, Skitter looks like he's in trouble. Too many pawns down here. Too many pawns. Looks like Skitter's in a bit of trouble here. Not looking good. Let's look at again. Bishop 8. I hate this move, eh? I hate Bishop A6. One of the worst moves I come across as a player. Hate it. It's just annoying, right? It's just annoying because you know you got to move the rook or you got to push a pawn or something. It just annoys you. Because worst thing is there, then knight there, then takes, then bishop takes, and what are you doing with that bishop? That bishop's gonna park there and enjoy life, and it's just a pain. Oh, Grail Wizard, my friend, how are you? It's been such a long time. Happy New Year to you, mate. Happy New Year to you. It's been a long time, man. It's been a very, very long time. Good to see you. Good to see you. You must spread the news, man. Spread the news. Oh, I have a question for you because I think this is going to be a very debated thing, right? I've got a question for you. Ready for it? Here we go. I'm going to go to the game. So, Watu versus Klaassen. Round 5 of the tournament. We get to this position. This is the position we get to. Okay? No thought. We get to this position. White plays king h1, black plays king h8, white plays king g1, black plays king g8, white plays king h1, black plays king h8, king g1, okay? And threefold, they are a move out. They are a move out because the king has to go to g8 again, and then white has to go to king h1. But be it as it may, be it as it may, be it as it may, what and I'm not sure if you're an arbiter, but I'm sure you understand arbitering ways. What is your viewpoint on this? Because from an arbiter's point of view, I feel that the game has been brought into disrepute at this point. Provincial arbiter, good. So you understand where I'm coming from. Fantastic, awesome. I feel that this game has brought the game into disrepute. Right? It is move 12 in the game. The game is barely started. There are many options. I mean, especially when black plays king h8, you've got to move like g4, for example. Just for example, okay? I tend to agree with that sentiment as well. And but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, if you go if you go if you go look at well, let's look at the Gene Saga with Carlsen, right? The arbiters weren't afraid to take him on because he was Magnus Carlsen. Do you feel that against certain players, not naming any players, or let's say certain caliber player, arbiters are a little, um, are a little, I won't say fearful, or not ready to take the plunge to deal with things like this, if that makes sense. Yes, but that's offering of a draw. What I'm saying is, so I'm invoking the rule that they're bringing the game into disrepute because they're not playing the game in the manner that it's being supposed to be played. You understand? You get me? So the game itself is in disrepute. And because there are many options, I'm not saying that these two players in the long run won't draw against each other. That's not what I'm saying. But you do want to see the fight. You do want to see the play. You do want to see an attempt. Um, if you look at all the top players, generally when the draw threefold occurs, the bar is zero point 0. There's nothing in the position, and they just move around and they get their draw, which is fine. I have no problem with that. Here, I feel like there's just too much happening, and we've got to find, from a South African point of view. I'm going to put on the GM game in the meantime while we discuss this. From a South African point of view, we need to stamp out this behavior. Okay, so we've found one way, right? No draw offers. So now the players have gone one step further. Well, now we'll play repetition moves. Okay, so what stops? Stupid example. What stops after 6 moves? They go knight b2, knight b1, knight d2, knight b1, knight d2, knight b1. It's the same principle. You're not playing a game. And whether the two players agree to the draw beforehand or not, that will never ever get proven. But what I'm saying is that from a from a game's point of view, you've brought the game into disrepute because you haven't played it in the intent that was made to be played. So and again, don't get me wrong, players need rest. They had a hard round the previous round, so take an early draw, get out of there, life is good. Fine, I get that as well. I get all of that. But unfortunately, and as chess players and these players all in question that have done it before, this particular scenario is not new. And unless we find way, unless so here's the thing. Until we punish someone for it, until someone gets punished for it, it will continue and continue and continue. And here's what I really have a problem with, in particular, in the sense of we've got a lot of juniors looking up to these players, a lot of juniors playing tournaments, a lot of juniors looking up, challenging at the top. They see this happen and they think it's okay. That's my, that's my 2 cents worth. Again, not disregarding the draw, King H1, G1, threefold repetition, fine, whatever. But it's just suspect in the long term. And there's too much of it going around. Um, it's nice that in the last round there's no, let's take a draw so we end the prize money. They're going to have to play. And again, we'll have to create a scenario where they can do threefold repetition. But, yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, no. Again, Jubilettes, I agree. I understand why certain players do it at certain times. I get it. I really do. As a player myself, um, I'm just hard-headed. I refuse. I refuse to take a draw against my opponents. I either win or lose. I don't believe in draws. I don't think chess is about draws. I mean, that's my personal belief. But you know, when you get to a tournament here in South Africa in particular, and you get two players playing each other, you can go. So here's the thing. so let's take it to let's take it to the next level, right? Let's just say World Sports Bets was going to put, um, you could gamble on these games, right? You could predict the results of each one of these games. For example, right? Now, you can predict how many moves, you can predict if it's going to be a draw, you can predict if it's going to be a threefold draw, if an offer a draw, you can predict the win, like normal soccer stuff, right? Draws are just boring, I agree. But let's say gambling got into chess tournaments of this nature and you can back players and all the rest of it. And that happens. I can tell you now there would be a huge investigation from a world sports, from a gambling perspective, because you're now fixing results, you know. So there is a bigger picture, and I mean, again, I always say this: we must never look at the small picture. We must look at the bigger picture. How do we make this bigger? How do we go forward? How do we attract sponsors? How do we do this? How do we do that? And not saying gambling is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. Gambling is gambling. We just leave it at that. But it would be cool, for example, that you can go. I'll give an example. Let me just pop up the window. So let me do this, right? If I open this up and I open this up, no, what's that? No, why? Oh, wait. It's here. You go, right. I'm going to take the top 10 boards and I'm going to go, man, I really believe Banella is going to win. Right, I know Water and them, they will draw. Let's give Rogov, he's come back in the batch, so give Rogov the win. McInnes is playing well, so give him the win against Manyasta. Regan and Sujay, give Regan the win. Give Nico the win against Shariah. And, there's your six bets, $10, boom. But now, let's say you go, oh, I actually fancy Watu, for example. Now Watu and they draw in 10 minutes, and you go, well, that was a waste, you know. Um, and again, sponsors are not stupid. If a sponsor comes into a tournament or of anything of that nature, they will have done their research. They would have asked around about results and how things work and how do we prevent certain things and whatnot. And when players like this do things like this, then it's a problem. It's a problem because now the sponsor's not going to be so keen to put money into that because he's not going to get his money's worth. He's not going to get the players play. You know, um, for example, you look at Carlson and Niemand. People know there's drama. They want that game. They want to see what happens. Doesn't matter if Niemand wins. Doesn't matter if Carlson wins. Doesn't matter if it's a draw. But if that game is fought tooth and nail, they get their money's worth. There's a lot of bad blood amongst top players, and I say bad blood in italics, where you want to see these guys battle it out. You want to see them play, you want to see them push, you want to see them grind. And what you're getting is your lower end player is pushing all the time, and the top end player is going, okay, I'll win this one. Oh, I've got so and so next round. Oh, that'll be a draw, and I'll fight the next round. You know, it's just bad chess etiquette, isn't it? Just bad chess etiquette all the way around. All right, I'm finished waffling and mumbling about that. It's happened. It's on. It's all the rest of it. And man, Banana's playing well here. Banana's playing well here. It's going to play queen takes. I mean, there's no doubt that queen takes is going to happen here. Yep, Sujay going down very quickly today, and I feel for this youngster, and again, you know, lots of youngsters in the top board, so it's good for chess. But I feel for this youngster. He's played his heart and lungs out this tournament so far, and today has been a particularly bad day for him. He's got himself into a bit of stick, and that's the end of it. Um, but he's going to learn and grow from this. All right, he's going to learn and grow from this, which is absolutely fundamental in his development. You know, games are going to be hard. Even when you're at the top, you're going to have to play well. So let's go back to this one. I fully agree with such actions to bring the game into disrepute and poor examples for junior players. It can be disrespectful to the organizers. Currently, this is not prevented by regulations. In my Friday night Blitz tournaments, I have warned elite players that we are here to play chess and I want to see top players playing, and warned that they will not be allowed to play in future events if they continue the conduct. It has fortunately come to them. Dude, perfect. You threatened the life out of them. Absolutely love it. Love it. Applaud. Applaud, brother. Applaud. I agree with that. I absolutely, completely agree with that sentiment. You know, step out of line, boom, gone. You're not playing in our events. We don't care how good you are. I'd rather have the 10 players playing their guts out than you coming and wandering through. Absolutely spot on. I just wish we would we could take that across the board. You know what I mean? Like just nail it across the board. Guys, you step out of line, bang, you're not welcome at this tournament. And you know, whether they agree to the draws or not, I can tell you now that it will immediately put an impact on whether they take that draw or not. And the draw will probably only come after 15 minutes is left on the clock, which is what you want. No one cares about that. No one cares about that. But I mean, what's the time control here? 126, 1. They were at the board for 40 minutes. 40 minutes. Really? 40 minutes. And I want to show you something. So move one took 6 minutes to play. 2 minutes to play. A little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. So there, slow down drastically. And this is all a ploy. It's to say, oh, I sat there for 40 minutes. I gave, I did put effort in. That's what I say to that. Effort my boom. 8-6. I mean, Bananas fighting here. I like this. I like this. And what I do like is that the GM's in the tournament, so he's not going to take draws against anyone. You want to win or draw against him, you're going to play for that win or draw. So I do. That does stop first prize just wandering off, because he is going to play every single game. So this is good. Matt V. Yeah, Matt V is in control here. I suppose you've got this move now. Queen here. But yeah, I mean, look at this king. Look at these pieces. Not looking good. Wow. This is, man, this is crazy. How did they get to this? Okay, wait. We got to go back here. Sorry, guys. We got to go back here. So we saw all this, right? So bishop c5 was played as expected. Bishop takes, queen takes, bishop takes rook, queen check, bishop takes, rook takes. There. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I have a question here. And maybe I'm a bit sus about, but doesn't e6 just hurt the position? Doesn't e6 just hurt the position? So the idea is e6 pawn takes bishop here, king here, queen check, king back, queen takes check, king there. Yeah, look, I think that's I'm curious. I'm really curious. I gotta look. Gotta look. What does the engine say? It wants queen d6. Wants queen d6. Who wants queen d? Oh no no. I want to know why this doesn't work. Takes. Bishop here. Oh, queen check there. Oh, no no, that doesn't work. Queen check there. King h3. King f8. Okay, see, now you don't have that move. Oh, so there's the blind man looking the other way. Okay, well, that makes sense now. Now I know why it doesn't work. Looks fun, though. Really looks fun. So not e6. Okay. Still looks like an exciting move, e6, eh? Don't we all agree? E6 looks very exciting. Doesn't work, but looks exciting. Sad. Sad that it doesn't work. Very sad that it doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? I want to make it work. I want to make it work. I want to make it work. Oh, please, make E6 work. I want to see it work, but it doesn't. No thought. All right, let's go look at Martin and Sharia. Stop. Stop. See, slow play, very tight, nothing exciting. I'm still fascinated about Rook A4, man. Rook A4 just really fascinates me, tooth and nail. Tooth and nail. I mean, wow. And the thing is now the rook is going to have to move because bishop d7 is coming. Bishop d7 is coming. But where do you go to, my rookie? I don't have a square for you. My pawn is a goner. It's sad, but it's true. I remember the pawn is amazing. I can't play rook to d4 because of e5. I can't play rook to here because I lose the pawn. But okay, wait, I don't lose the pawn. So it takes there, and then bishop takes there. Okay, so maybe rook here, queen takes, bishop takes. Yeah, that works. Yeah, maybe rook c4, yeah. I'm calling on rook c4. It wants to be played. That's for sure. He can't play d5 because I take his queen. It's delicious and meaty, all the same. And if I play e5, I take a queen. So rook c4, rook c4, rook c4, rook c4. All right. So rook c4 probably the move. Let's go look at Samuels and Waylon. Yeah, yes, that's a nasty position. Again, this bishop can't get out. He's got to go to c2, but then the rook, she comes, hello, 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 hello. But then you got to be careful because of hello, hello, hello. Maybe bishop here. Ooh, bishop there. Bishop there, rook there, bishop there. C2, E2, C2, D2, B, E4. Oh, nasty, nasty. Not happiness. All right, Andre is in all of pain. Yeah, no, this is these two pawns all day long. Coming through. Make way, pawns on the march. Like ding, 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 like ding. Ishmael, like ding, what is he gonna do? He's got the pawns. So I told you that bishop was gonna park on c4, which he's done. He's parked, but this bishop is dead. It's as dead as a doornail. What are you going to do with it? You can't play this one because the knight will take it. He's trying to break through on the queen side. It is going to be tougher. Tougher than expected. Tougher than expected. It is tougher than expected. So Lagdin is going to take some time to find the right move. Not easy. Let's look at Loapi. Oh, man, these guys are flashing into end games. Move 22. We're in an end game. Crazy stuff. Klasi should be... Yeah, so the big issue is this rook is a problem here. I mean, I suppose the real question is, do you play knight here, then b3? And you've got to be careful because this rook is going to come here and hit this pawn. So you do have a pawn problem. 3. Yeah, so it's 3. So it's 6 versus 5 at the moment. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Where does this go? Let's go there. If the bishop goes there, that's fine. If the bishop goes there, you just kick it. Yeah, there we go. Knight c4. Definitely a move that was being looked at. And I think that the reason for knight c4, c5 is to put pressure on this bishop. If it blocks, I can get out. Maybe even rook c2, rook d2, king here, rook here. Yeah, maybe that's even better. If the bishop moves off that diagonal, I can move my king to e2. But then you've also got here, 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 and then it's got this, see, f3. So yeah, a little bit easier for white to play than it is for black. Let's look at Keith. Man, oh man, lots of things going on here. Knight d5. Now I've got to ask the question here. If rook takes, bishop takes. Okay, so rook can't take, the bishop's defending. Can't play rook takes, bishop's defending. So where does the queen go? Because it can't go in this line because of that. So what? Can't go here because there must be something. Maybe knight there. I don't know. Can't play queen there. Don't really want to put your queen here in line with all of this. So Keith is going to have to... Peter's going to have to find a top move here. Keith is going to have to find a top move here, yeah. Right, let's look at Nevin. See, 15 minutes on the clock, 15 minutes on the clock, 15 moves played. So what do you want to see? You want to see grinds. Well, Keith played rather quickly. What did he play? Oh, he played queen to a7. Interesting. Interesting. All right, let's go look at Panele. It looks like Sergey is putting the squeeze on. Looks like it. Black's white square is dangerous. Let's trade it off. Problem is everything is secure by black, and white's got this small problem. So he's got to worry about queen here. So if you're going to worry about queen here, do you play queen a2, stop queen here? Because this bishop is doing a master job. Masterful job. Did you pop again? And the interesting thing is generally the guy that's, well, what I've noticed in the South African games in particular, the guy that is in control 90% of the time is way ahead on the clock as well. Generally speaking, it's not always the case, but generally speaking, the guy that's in control is up on the clock. We can see here that Manela is deep in the think tank. We go to Lynn, and Lynn's in trouble as well. Why is it not moving? Let's just refresh the page. And let's go to Lynn's game. He's got to find some moves. And I suppose King G1 makes King H1 makes sense. He wants to play F4. He wants to get more pressure down this file. Absolutely. Andrew McInnes and Charlton. Yeah, this was that position where McInnes has got to find the move. And funny story is if you trade queens here, you're probably heading towards a draw here. Even though you're a pawn up. Even though you're a pawn up. I mean, I would be keen to play, trade the queens, get my pawn on a black square, you know. But the problem is that the bishop, once you have a bishop and pawn versus a bishop, the bishop can sack for the pawn and it's a draw. So I would like another pawn more than I would like I would like another pawn more than I'd like trade queens, I think is the phrase I'm looking for. Let's go have a look at Sharia. There we go, rook c4, as expected. So he first attacked the rook, then he goes and attacks the queen. That's very clever. Very, very clever. Nice move, knight b6. I mean, that's a painful place. So, knight s6, bishop f4, d6, knight c4, e5, knight b6. Can't say I'm too unhappy with this position for black, for white. White should be loving this position. It's just now, where does this bishop go? Here or here? I think are the real options. I mean, you can go here if you want to. Ethan against Waylon. That's a bit of a stretch move. Okay, you can't play rook here. Well, you can. But then he's got bishop there. It's also got the rook under attack. Wait, hang on. Oh, you can't take it. Can't take it because of mate. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, Skitter is now in a world of trouble. And the thing is, the king can run here. Boom, boom, boom. So even if you go takes, check, king, check, king, rook here, king, and that's mate. That's mate in every way. Mate there, mate there. Well, that's mate there as well, straight away. So yeah, not much is going to be done there. is that? Is this drawn? Oh, dead drawn. Knight there. There's threats. Loads of threats that Keith's got to be worried about. So he's having a bit of a rough time on the board. I like moves like this. Opening up always causing trouble. Especially when you got moves like this. It's gonna have to work hard. Let's go have a look here. And Banana hasn't made a move yet. Yep, Queen A2 played as expected. Can't allow Queen C2. Can't allow Queen C2. It looks like Banana is in some trouble now. Loose piece. He's going here. He's going to try and hit this pawn. You've also got moves like F5 and so forth. This is also looking quite menacing. Opening up the king. And as soon as this queen moves away, there's always this queen check and picking up the pawn. So this is uncomfortable. You might even have to look at moves like queen D2. So knight E6 preventing that. Battery's going to find a good move yet. So yeah, we're going to keep the bishops on the board, it seems. And this is really good play by both players. Now, you see, this is a scenario where I'd go, would you like a draw? Okay? Because it's going to require someone to make a mistake to win 100%. And here, they're both playing well. Let's not kick the goose in the mouth. They're both playing well, and you've got to give credit where credit's due. When players are playing well like this and a draw comes, it's okay. It's okay. But I can tell you now, both players want to win, so this is going to be a grinder till we get that. I love how McInnes is pushing this position. Queen here. No, but it just allows bishop here. And here, marking your intent. But yeah, I do like the fighting spirit by these two players. Shown great fighting spirit. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, I knew that bishop would come there at some point. I guess I'd say. So what's the goal here? Keep the pin. Ooh, can you play this, this, and that? That's rather interesting because the knight is pinned. So maybe he's looking at bishop takes here. But he's also got this. Takes, takes, takes. The rook needs to move. Maybe not. Maybe not, because the rook can come here. So takes. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, he's played bishop takes. He's noticed that that knight is pinned. I mean, that is graceful attacking this. Noting the knight is pinned, notice that he's pressure on the pin, notice that the king's there, and then he's going to double up and put the rooks all on this line. Wow. Yeah, rook takes. There's no doubt rook takes now. But what can also happen is rook takes, king castles, queen takes, bishop takes, and then the bishop moves. We can have that as well. Some really good chess being played by the players. You've really got to give credit where credit is due. So we should see rook takes. He's going to play rook takes e5. I can't see why he won't play rook takes e5. Maybe he's worried that if he takes here, well, he can't. The queen can't take that. The rook's defending. It's going to take his time. What's happening here? Yeah, this is that crazy position. Bishop here. Back. Bishop takes. Could be interesting. I'll definitely look at a move like this. Bishop c4. What's happening here? Oof. Look at that bishop. Hey, that bishop is power. Okay, this bishop is a bit dead, but this one is power. Mm. That pawn is painful. Suppose takes the pawn. Okay, but maybe he'll be worried about you. So many South African players in Capetown Masters for some reason. Hey, Dyslexic Brain, how's it going? I think that it could. Summer's fun, man. Just the heat can get a bit much, man. Heat can get a bit much. But I mean, how many players? How's chess going? Slowly but surely. I just want to check how many players are actually playing in this section. There are 50 players playing in this section. I mean, I would love to see the day where the Masters has 100 boards playing. That would be cool. 200 players playing in the Masters, the best of Africa has to offer, or the best of Southern Africa at least. But traveling costs, accommodation costs, always an issue for players. Always. And it is, look, I mean, it's played early Jan, so it's a good time. People are still on leave. Coaches aren't coaching so much. Well, they're not, if they're not like me. So yeah, so dyslexic brain. I don't know if you remember. I spoke about before where I was busy writing a book. Um, I've actually completed my book, and it's off. It's at the designers now, so it should be released hopefully end of Feb. Eventually, the book's being released. So yeah, not so much support in South Africa. Yeah, support is such a heavy word for chess in South Africa. I think there's a lot of things that need to be fixed first, um, before there's some before we can see. Look, the juniors are growing. Printed or online, both actually. There will be a printed version and there will be a PDF version. I'm actually releasing it. Let me pull that up. I'll tell you where it's been on what sites. Hold on. Give me a second. When it is released, I'll tell you what sites it's being released. I know Take a Lot is one of the sites. I'll tell you what the other sites are. Um, on Amazon paperback, Amazon Kindle, there'll be drafted Kindles. Um, so Amazon paperback, Amazon Kindle. Um, there'll be a drafted digital ebook, and there'll also be an audio upload. So should reach about 42 countries plus Take a Lot. Um, and there's another one. I'm sure there's others that will be released on as well. And you sell chess courses. Yeah, so to do the book to the course on Chessable will take a lot of time. Yeah, it'll take a lot of time. Um, and I tried messing around with Chessable, and I just found it very difficult to to do what I wanted to do. To put it simply. But look, there's no harm in trying again. But it's just it takes a long time. And like from the book's perspective, um, yeah, there's a lot of I'd say there's a lot of information, and to try and get it onto the Chessable platform is tough. Yeah, no, it takes a while. It takes a while, and everything's got to be nitty gritty, and you got to put the notes in at the right place. And oh, it was a nightmare. I tried. I did try initially, but yeah, yes, you got to build all the. So fortunately, I've got the PGN files, but then the the m- making the notes is what putting in your your explaining what you're trying to do and all the rest of it. That part is tough as well. So, and also when you upload to the PGN, it doesn't always upload everything, and it was just like I found it very difficult. I think a lot of people know how to use it properly, but for me, wasn't such a great time. So yeah, so Keith is fighting back. Let's have a look at Nevin. Oh, look at this. A lot of these strange Rook H5 kind of moves. It's amazing how chess has progressed. Oh, Banella is in big trouble. Banella is in big trouble. The GM has managed to squeeze the life out of Banella. That is sad. Yeah, it is a Russian GM. Sergei Drigilov. Yeah. Sergei Drigilov. But he's come to play. Nico Martin gave him a good run for his money in round three, and eventually the experience just told and put Nico to bed. But yeah, he is strong. He is strong. Okay, Rogov is just putting the squeeze on. Yeah, this is when you got a rook on h7 and it's got nowhere to go. Out of play piece. This is coming. This is coming. So yeah, Miniasta and McGuinness. Yeah, this is drawn. This is drawn. The two of them could agree to a draw here. Nick Martin. Yeah, so there it is. Yeah, so we knew this was going to happen. Takes rook there. Good little combo here by Martin. Very good. Very good. Let's look over here. Yeah, this is all now defended. So yeah, he played this bishop c4 late. So when he went rook g1 first. Yeah, see, I wouldn't have gone rook g1. I don't want to encourage white to play. I want to come down here. So bishop c4. None of the games are sparking too much excitement. Let's yeah. So I mean, Banana's in a world of pain. Look at that, and he's looking to play this. Man, this GM is good. Take nothing away from the GM. He's good. Looking at this. Still wants this pawn there. That's what he's after. Yeah, no, look. The squeeze is coming. The squeeze is coming. There's just too much, man. There's too much in this position to hold. And this is the thing. You're looking for counter-attacking moves for White here, and there aren't any. All he's got to do is defend, 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 defend. I mean, it must be super frustrating. I know I do. I get super frustrated if I've got no counter-attacking move. I get super frustrated. Hey, it happens, dude. Knight E4. No, not tonight. I'm commentating, unfortunately. The big guys take all the dough. Yeah, the big guys. Yeah, I haven't played the Arena Kings for a while, but you've got the thing. Yeah, for some reason when I play, I generally end up playing a lot of top end guys, and then I go look at the guys playing that are above me, and they're playing all the lower guys, which is quite annoying. Yeah, Banana's in a world of pain yet. Rogov is also putting on the squeeze. I'm fascinated by this endgame, eh? I shouldn't be, but I am. I'm so fascinated by this endgame. Hey, Tabby Cat Rose. McInnes is playing like a star, man. He's playing like an absolute star. He's actually, his game is up. His game is up. I mean, this is a technical draw. Um, he played this so well. Again, he's really playing some good chess. He's playing some really good chess. But he had a grind over game in the previous round, and we're now what 2 hours into this round. He's going to feel some. I mean, luckily he's still young, but he's going to feel some fatigue in this position, and he's just got to keep his wits about him. He's got to keep his wits about him. But yeah, no, he's doing well. Very impressed with the lad. Yeah, you see now, if he trades queens here, which I expect him to do, this is drawn. I expect him to trade queens here. Yeah, he's got a long way to go for that. There are going to be a few people ahead of him. But at least when he plays a GM, he's not going to sit back. He's going to attack, which is going to be interesting to see how the GM holds up against that. His attacking play is good, but even his strategical play, very nice rounded way of playing. Yeah, there it is. There's the take. Does it work? Take there, push, take there. Does he? If he goes there, I've got to calculate this. Takes there, takes there. Queen. He's queened. He's queened. Takes. This is the key move here. What Manasta has to play is actually this. He can't take the bishop. He has to play this. And that's a draw. F5 draws. And I'm actually going to run the engine to have a check at this. Yep, F5 draws. He takes there, it's lost. Oh my gosh. He takes the bishop, McInnes wins. He plays F5, draw. And for those of you who don't know why it's a draw, the bishop is not on the white square. So he's played it. Charlton's played it. Good move, Charlton. Hats off to the lad for finding F5. So again, if you take, you can't get the king out of that square. So very well played by Charlton. Good move. It is a draw. McInnes can't lose from this position, but he also can't win from the position. Yeah, wrong bishop for the h pawn. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? Give McInnes due. He's actually analyzing. He's actually analyzing to see can he do it. He's still going for it, but yeah, no. You once the king goes there, it's over. Interesting. McInnes is pushing for the win. He's pushing for the win, but there is no win here. The problem is you can't get your white king to that square. Yeah, black can give both these pawns away. Black doesn't care. You can give both these pawns away. It really doesn't matter. The king goes there. Bang, bang. Good night. You can't get me out of that corner. If black tries to push for the win, it's a different story. If black pushes for the win, it's a different story. But, I mean, it's a technical book, bishop, pawn, Indian. And again, well played for Charlton for finding F5. Maybe F5 wasn't as hard to see, but for a lot of weaker players, F5 is. You are tempted to take that. See, like this pawn can't queen anyway. See, bishop's covering it. So the king's going to go here. He's going to go there. He's going to take the pawn. He's going to run in the corner. He's going to go la 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 la. I expect this game to be drawn in a few minutes. Yeah, Panella's done. Let's go see what actually happened. We saw at this point. So there, there. Oh, wow, wow. And that's it. And that's all she writes. And look at where the queen is. Stopping any perpetuals. Stopping any perpetuals. But no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Black defense is a complete draw. Yeah, there it is. So he just gives away all the pawns. Okay. Not that Charlton would lose this, but mere mortals could make the mistake in this position. Easily. Easily make a mistake in this position. So what I would do is I would go play my king here, right? And king here. Just so that if he goes there, I can go in there. Yeah. No, no, no. I agreed with you, dyslexic brain. Absolutely agree with you 100%. This is 100% defended. But again, good play by both players, trying to push for the win. McInnes, was the one that had the opportunity. So yeah. But look at the speed they played at. They still got an hour left on their clock. An hour. Yeah, so Banana didn't take down the GM, unfortunately. Watu drew. Yeah, I think he's a lot stronger than 1900. No, no. Charlton, I think, is under 20. Man, when did I coach? When did I coach McInnes? He was under 10, under 12 when I was 24, 26, 16 years old. He's about 28, 29 now, I would assume. Somewhere about there. And I think he realizes this is a draw as well. Like, I don't think for 1 minute he thinks that he's winning here. But it's a good game. Well, I mean, you say he's fighting above his weight. In the round before, he beat um, he beat Keith, who's also 2187. You feel ancient at 40. Try 43, mate. Try 43. 43 young, as they say. 43 young. See what's happening here. Yeah, this is going to be a grinder. Ethan and Brandon drew. What? It's pinned. It's pinned. Why draw here? Sure. Okay. Well, that's interesting. We're now got a knight on c4. The rooks can't get in, and bishop takes. Yeah, bishop takes. Rook takes. But there isn't any way for black to get in. The only person to try and make headway here is white. Interesting. Interesting. 3, 3, 2 is just the extra pawn here. Can't play this because the check. Interesting. Still very, very interesting. Have they drawn yet? Still haven't drawn. Andrew's still thinking. Keith has managed to wiggle out of the bit of a mess that he was in the position. Seems to be a little bit better off now. Tricky player Keith is. Nevin Tyler. Oh, can't move this rook. Nevin should be fine. Takes. Oh, but there's these 2 pawns. It's going to be the battle of the pawns, as they say. I've got to show this. I got to show this. So it's a slight advantage to white, but I mean, really, it's drawn. Just shows you the engine doesn't know what to make of this position. Yeah, the draw is agreed eventually. Draw is agreed. Well done, McInnes, to another spectacular game. Beautiful game. Nice attempt with bishop, queen takes queen, bishop takes bishop. Very nice attempt indeed. Liked it. So lots of draws in the games. So who's still playing? Why is this one still going on? Well, let's have a because this is white is dominating completely. But how is he going to get in? Okay, so we do have the option of rook takes, but the queen is attacking the knight. We also have the option of g4. We've also got g4 as an option. I don't know if you want to play g4 so much. And this king is hiding in the corner. It's playing a bit of hide and seek. Bit of hide and seek, as they say. Yes, just applying pressure everywhere he goes. Just applying pressure. So how many games we got left? We got 4 games left. 4 games. We got Len, Nico. This is going to be a grind to a long time. This should technically be a draw. Technically. This has got a lot of play in it. And time is going to be a problem for Peter. Yeah, I told you these pawns were going to be nasty. There's going to be three pawns coming towards the rook. Okay, that's interesting to play that. I personally would rather take this pawn, drop this pawn, and push these pawns. My personal preference. But with good play, should be a draw as well. So draw, uncertain. Win for Niku. And Rogov should win this one. With Watu and Klassen drawing, let's go have a look at the pairings quickly. Let's see. So with them drawing, they go to 4 each. Watu would be, let's say, Niku winning, Reagan winning, draw, winning. So Watu based on colors. Be based on colors. So you could have Watu playing or Rogov playing the GM in the next round. But now, after 5 rounds, he's a whole point clear. That's crazy. 5 rounds and he's already got a point clear with 4 rounds to go. And depending on how tired he is, you might see him draw around about round 7 or 8. But I think there's only 1 round tomorrow. Yeah, there's only 1 round tomorrow, so he probably won't. He probably finish strong and get a clean 9 from 9. Also boost his rating quite a bit, getting 9 from 9. Interesting. Yeah, Lynn's deep in the think tank, and you can understand why. Taking the bishop. Can you get away with rook takes? No. Yeah, rook takes. Can you get away with rook takes? Tempted to play rook takes, to be honest. But rook takes, knight comes back. So pawn takes, yeah. Knight just jumps back off the rook takes. Tempting move, but it doesn't work. Always look for the aggressive move, right? Always look for the aggressive move. Yeah, so I think we'll finish off with this Rogov Channel game, and then we'll be back tomorrow. As exciting as it may be for round 6. Give me a second. I'm gonna get something to drink. Oh. then can't still be thinking, surely. Oh, obviously, this is a lot harder for people. Oh, you did play. Sorry, I missed. Rook D1. Yeah, I mean, I think we can. And this is coming. I don't know why this wasn't played earlier. Maybe he's trying to get the queen off and then play here. So that's. Yeah, you see, because the rook can't go there. I would still play this. Just play it. Isn't it mating net there? Takes, that's mate. Here, takes. The knight's not here, that's why I'm thinking there's a mating net there. But it's got to be rook takes h5, surely. Yeah, rook takes h5. Well, that's interesting. They talk about rook here, and then knight here. Jeez. Oh, because you can play queen here. Can you? Yeah, queen here. And then you're threatening mate. It's just mates all over the. I said there was a mate nearby. Said there was a mate nearby. Come on, play rook takes h5, Matfee. Yep, rook takes h5. I'm sure if he saw rook takes h5, rook g7, he's seen knight h6. He might play this though. Rook there. It's interesting. Rook g5 is very interesting. So, okay. Can't play this. Must be rook takes h6. Yeah, rook takes h7, h4, kick the rook away, and then play the queen in. Okay. Sounds fine. Takes. Very curious in this position. H4. Let's see what after h4. Then what? h4, rook g6. So let's look at this. h4, rook g6. No, it's difficult. Like I won't see the move c5. I'm looking at this. The problem is with this is this, and then the king comes back. It's always interesting with these backwards and forwards moves. I'm not a, I don't pick them up. So it's interesting. Oh, rook d3. Oh, rook d3 is interesting. Take my pawn and pay the price. Rook d3, maybe with the idea of queen f2. I don't see him playing a move like this. I think he's going to play king g8. Rook h3. It's a very interesting position. Queen b6. Yeah, okay, now rook h3. The idea is rook h3, king there, queen d2. If he takes my pawn with the bishop, queen there. Knight there, and I've got that mate. I've got both mates. So I am expecting. Oh, h4 first. Oof. Sure, you had h4 earlier. I don't see black playing rook takes knight. That's for sure. And time's starting to tell as well. These games are still going. Let's have a quick look at Keith. Yeah, he's starting to apply pressure. Where is your rook going, sir? It's going for the check. And I don't see anything from here. Oh, rook d7. Rook d7. Ooh. Even knight e7. Yeah, that's it. That's all she wrote. Knight check. King has to move. Take. And then you've got rook here and the queen's coming. Yep, there it is. The resistance has crumbled. The resistance has crumbled. The sad case about this position is that he had to worry about a ton of things. The resistance, la resistance, has come to an end. As they say, la resistance has come to an end. Should be happy with his position. I can't see Lin playing on from here, but stranger things have happened. Yeah, the problem is if he takes, the rook comes flying in, and then there's mate. And if he tries to be clever, not that I can see any clever moves. So let's say he takes the pawn. So he's got check and check. Okay. Then you've got check, king here. Probably easiest is take the bishop. That's probably the easiest move on the board. If he doesn't play pawn takes knight, just take the bishop. So there, take the bishop, goes there, check, and you've got rook check. One of the scenarios you have to take the knight. Yeah, okay, but no, knight takes bishop. Knight takes bishop, and the resistance is over. And that's all she wrote. Because again, check, king here, check, rook in the way. Yep, and Lynn resigns, and that's going to be us for today as well. I foresee Keith should pull this one through. Don't see why not. And it's a tough position, but I mean he should still be able to. Yeah, okay. There's rook b7, queen here. In fact, rook b7 falls to check. Doesn't rook b7 fall to check? Oh, he's got check here. How's that? Rook here, check, takes, takes, check. And he's got perpetual. Ouch. That's painful. So, rook takes c3. Now, queen c5 was the better move. Because again, there's no rush to take this, right? You've always got this, and you've got these passed pawns. So rook takes g3, rook b7. I don't think there's anything else you can do. Yeah, there it is. And he can't play this. Okay, but he does have this check, which is interesting. King G1. What? You gotta play this. Takes, takes, check, king here. Rook takes h4. I don't know. I don't think Vanilla is gonna go for this. So yeah, maybe this is also yeah. All right, guys, that's us for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Come back tomorrow for round 6, where we will see either Rogov or uh, Watu up against the GM. Have a good evening. Ciao for now. Always a pleasure, Grey Old Wizard. Always a pleasure. Cheers, mate.